staff meeting, dates for school camp, finance papers for board meeting, missing waste paper bins, dentist appointment, balloons for sports day, check trade training centre timetable.
Have you got a minute?
You got a minute?
Got a minute?
A minute? Yeah, sure, I guess. I'm sure you can see why the Trade Training Centre is one of the highlights of the principal's tour. Certainly one of the things that attracted me to taking the job here. I'd like to introduce you to Steve, who's in charge of the centre here. Steve, why don't you fill everyone in on the various learning pathways available to students here?
Well, welcome to the Rosewater Trade Training Centre.
Sorry to interrupt, but I got Mrs. Rogers on the phone. She wants to speak to you about her son Michael's detention.
Okay, tell her I'll call her back after school finishes.
Yeah, I tried that, but she's really insistent. She says it can't wait. She wants to speak to you now.
Okay, when I finish with the parents here, I'll give her a call back. Tell her I'll be in touch as soon as possible.
Okay.
I've emailed you my notes for the board meeting.
Okay, great, thanks. I still haven't got round to doing mine. Just never seems to be enough hours in a day.
I know. Did you still want to talk today about the plans for the staff meeting?
Yes, I do. Yeah, sorry, the day seems to be disappearing rapidly. Still got to do the board meeting. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have after that.
Sorry to interrupt. I was just wondering, would you have time to talk about the Year 10 camp? Seems the company that the school used last time, they've gone out of business.
Okay, sure. Come on through to my office now.
In lots of ways, certainly for me, the conversations that I'm having with families are changing a little bit. There is more of an awareness about in what ways can we support your family, your child in achieving success.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the team for their hard work and to congratulate them on such a good result. A fantastic note to finish on.
How did you go with the newsletter? Is it ready to go out tomorrow?
I'm not finished yet. I'll have to go and do that now.
Still got to get ready for the staff meeting.
What are we doing with our time? I don't know. Okay, let's start by looking at what needs to be done.
Well, I mean, the first 6, they're all important. I suppose reviewing performance and development plans and planning for the mathematics staff meeting are more important.
Yes, I agree. Whereas planning for next term's curriculum day can probably wait.
I think it's really important for you to always have your strategic plan in mind.
In terms of time management, understanding what is urgent versus what is important.
Our focus is being taken away from teaching and learning because we keep getting distracted by things that are urgent but not necessarily important.
Yeah, like locating the missing bins.
Exactly.
Have a look at what you're spending your time on, and is it the things that are really important to get the outcomes that you want. Quite often you might get an answer that you didn't expect.
Look, we've been focusing on this, whereas we need to progress past that. So how are we going to spend our time more strategically?
Well, I just think we've been trying to do everything ourselves.
You need to deal with the things that are urgent. You need to keep your mind on the big picture as well. So auditing your time allows you to find those spaces amongst the busyness.
The thing is that we've got people on staff who could easily take these things on. They'd be keen to.
If you don't have those things in place, you're constantly putting out fires all around the place and you're running from one job to another, and we go back to the problem of not putting your time where it needs to be.
Yeah, I think that as long as we provide the right support, we can use this as an opportunity to develop their skills.
Absolutely.
It's important for you to be prepared to adjust how you operate in order for the school to benefit.
So you're happy that coordinating the contributions to the newsletter fits quite well into your admin role?
It's actually great taking on some extra responsibility. I'm just wondering though, what happens if they don't get their pieces to me in time? I was thinking about the teaching staff in particular.
How do you think the situation ought to be managed?
When you arrive in a school, you inherit a history and tradition, a set of policies and protocols, a style of operation.
Putting it into the shared calendar, that kind of thing. I don't think those things have always been done in the past.
Understanding how to delegate and distribute leadership across your school is critical.
And then, sending out a reminder email closer to the due date.
Sounds great.
It's very important that you build a team around you, a team that has complementary skill sets to you, even some complementary attitudes to you.
And part of that is knowing the strengths of your team.
So I know coordinating the school camps is a bit of a different role.
Yeah, it is. It sounds really interesting. I've had a couple of ideas already.
Oh, you have?
I think maybe we should start though by reviewing the procedures around the risk assessment policies.
Oh yes, that's definitely a good place to start. You're signed up for the regional sessions for risk assessment procedures next week.
As you know, the leadership team has been working with many of you towards developing a more coordinated approach to school processes. By managing these other areas of the school more efficiently, we can all focus on what really matters, getting the best outcomes for our students.
You've got to communicate clearly to people exactly what the end game is.
So we're going to start by looking at the revisions to the processes and policies for student welfare, which Louise is now going to take us through.
Thanks, Dimitri. So I'm just going to start with some changes to operational procedures and who to direct any issues to. So if you'd like to look at your document.
And you have to sit and meet with those people and reflect on how the process is going as they're doing it.
I hope that's clearer for you all. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask Louise. These changes are new, so I'm sure we'll have to make some adjustments as we go.
I don't understand what's going on at all.
This is Steve, who's in charge of the Trade Training Centre here.
Thank you, Mrs. Rogers. I'll put you forward to the Deputy Principal, who handles all the detention issues, and she can talk to you about your son's circumstances.
This is a purpose-built vocational training facility. At the moment, we're in the metal engineering section.
Okay, thank you.
Schedule tasks in for those times that best suit the way you work.
I saw the door was open. Something's come up with the Year 10 trip.
You complement each other but also supplement each other as well.
Due a bit later.
A core piece of that is around acknowledging and providing feedback for people as well.
Okay, can you check the shared calendar and slot something into my open calendar time?
Okay, sure, we'll do.
While you may set your priorities, it's very important that you remain adaptable and responsive to the set of circumstances that exist in that school as they arise.
Okay, so I had a look at the draft newsletter. Great job. Could you get Trang to add a few lines about the parent barbecue?
Yeah, sure.
What did you think of the last piece she submitted?
Oh, it was a bit long, actually.
I agree. Perhaps a bit shorter than her last piece would be great. As the coordinator of it, do feel free to direct people about the length you need.
There's people out there looking for leadership opportunities. They're not just in leadership teams.
I'll send my bit along later and that should do it.
Great.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks very much for putting this together. Definitely option 2. I think that causes the least disruption to the itinerary.
It's the one I preferred too, actually. I think the kids will like it a lot better.
Your own personal well-being within the role of principal matters for that school.
A critical part of that is actually knowing yourself and understanding oneself, and in terms of certain triggers that might be presenting quite a challenging time.
It's useful to bounce some of your ideas off someone else.
We've got great professionals around us in schools close by who are looking at the same kind of priorities, the same kind of issues.
Hi everyone. It's great to be sitting in today. I look forward to hearing your plans for the maths staff meeting.